I've looked at a lot of Kakariko Village this year in Ocarina of Time. It is an unnecessary amount. Probably is, but that's how we roll. But doing all this got me thinking just how much there is to this village. It's not that massive. In fact, the first time I came across it, all you have to do was be there for 30 seconds as you head up Death Mountain. It's more just a good place to put the village versus needing to be anything greater. But dang, for this game, this village is very much greater, which is a ton to do in it. It makes for one of the most interesting and dynamic locations in the game. So today, I figured I'd give this village its deserved praise. I'll mention all that it has to offer, and why it's a well-designed developed level, in which there is a lot to get at too. The biggest, of course, is the hub for several dungeons. And this ain't about the ones up Death Mountain. You're gonna face those later in the game. They're not really for this village. But like the Bottom of the Well and the Shadow Temple are nestled inside this village. Where the well is something you see innocently here in this village. It's not until you anger the demon windmill dude that it becomes something more. And I've gone on a lot about this dungeon. It makes you question the E for everyone rating. So I won't talk about much more here, except for the fact that this village makes for just for a great place for it. And you get this old creepy guy who's talking about it. Yeah, I guess old Dead Hand was like a resident of this village from some long time ago, and has a lens of truth. Never really knew this, but it kinda makes it creepier. The Bottom of the Well is just a mini dungeon too. You get the whole blown experience of the Shadow Temple. It's the second to last temple that's hiding underneath the graveyard. Yeah, this village also has a graveyard at the back of it. I've talked about this a lot, and mentioned the Shadow Temple might be my least favorite temple in this game. Which doesn't mean I hate it, because all Zen temples are like great levels. But again, this village is once again a good location for yet another dungeon. And while back there, let's talk about this graveyard. It is a lot to it. You got like creepy kids walking around it and yelling at you. You can play with a live Dampy when you're a kid and dead Dampy when you're an adult. That sounds wrong, but it's a fact. You get the Sun Song here too. You meet Redeads for the first time. Yeah, I can't say I like these guys yelling at me that much, but it's just sometimes that's how it goes. And similar to how the dungeons are great additions to the village, this graveyard adds a lot too. It adds another hidden, not that big, but just another hidden location to this village to add a whole nother dynamic to it. And just a whole nother dynamic to this game. Which I'm getting to a lot of other topics, we better look at the village itself. You walk into it, you find the carpet now who we've already figured out who is a horrible boss and father. His poor co-workers are just running around doing nothing and hiding, so, well I guess they suck too. His daughter is doing a job that she's allergic to. Although it does make for a fun side quest in the town, because you gotta find all the chickens to get a very powerful bottle. And you get a ton of items in the House of Scutula, which is a pretty damn weird house to have in a village. I kinda wonder why no one has had questions about it for like 7 years and it's still there. As well as this guy who just says oh well a lot, and having this hidden ruby up his stairs, and also this cow trapped in the cage. It's just an odd house for 7 straight years. And probably more. Or how about this house you cannot get into because he let his kid play in the graveyard, which sounds kinda dark. We got a store that looks like it got vandalized by some hooligans, although it's a good hiding spot for this guy. And of course you have our demon windmill guy. Yep, he looks nice now, but as we learned from a previous video, he is secretly a demon and is pissed at you when you get older because of like some paradox crap that we create. And speaking of older, those builders have finally finished the shooting range, which rumor has it they all moved on to be like women or something. I won't do this game though because I really can't deal with the bow controls that well. Instead we can talk about the people from the market who came to this village because like the market hit by COVID or something. Like they're all dancing and happy, and they always are dancing. How do they not get tired? The bazaar opened up too. The potion shop opened up here. A weird potion shop opened up here. Now how many things am I in right now? I kinda lost count. Oh yeah, don't forget this guy. And I think that's the main point of this video. This village just has a lot going on. For what's supposed to be a path to Death Mountain to start, the game evolves into what's one of the most visited locations. You got a dungeon, you got a mini dungeon, you learn 2 songs, there's so many side quests that run through it, and generally fun characters to meet, like the cow jailkeeper I really even know about. I probably forgot to mention some key things too. Like I barely touched on the fact that this is pretty much the main town where you do the big Goron side quest. But why is this guy on the roof? Is he going to jump? Should I call the hotline? Kakariko Village is a key location in this game for how well it's used. And it's just another reason why I love this game.